The morning sun rose over Willow Lane in soft gold, but the light felt foreign to Mara Delas. She stood on the front porch of the house she had inherited, the house she had loathed, feared, and missed in equal measure. Inside its walls were lies, secrets, ghosts, and now it was all hers. The weight of ownership was heavy, a suffocating blanket woven from memories and unanswered questions. She tightened her grip around the silver music box, the last tangible connection to her father. Its familiar melody echoed faintly as she opened it, a tune that had been the soundtrack to her childhood. But something felt different this time. Something beneath the melody. A faint clicking sound, a rhythmic anomaly she'd never noticed before. Her breath hitched. Inside the lid, a tiny seam she'd overlooked for years. A second compartment. Not again. More secrets. Mara sat at the old dining table, the oppressive silence of the house pressing in on her. Alara was gone, taken in for questioning by the police. Attorney Litton and the investigator had left before dawn, their hurried departure leaving an even deeper void. Now it was just Mara and the house, two adversaries locked in a silent standoff. She held the music box up to the morning light, examining it with fresh eyes. The intricate silver grooves weren't just decorative. They formed a pattern, a delicate constellation-like carving she'd never truly seen as a child. Her fingers traced the star-like shapes, a map to a past she didn't understand. She pressed the melody gear, the familiar tune starting, then stopping abruptly. Nothing. She pressed it again. Harder this time. Click. A thin panel, almost invisible, slid open inside the lid. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Inside was a folded note, the paper tiny and worn, softened by age and handling. Her throat tightened as she recognized the handwriting. It was her father's. "If you're reading this," the note began, "then Genevieve finally told you the truth. Genevieve, her mother, the truth." The words felt like stones in her gut, but there is more. "Please be careful. I found something in this house. Something your mother never wanted either of you to discover." Mara's heart pounded, a frantic drum against the silence. More secrets? What else could this house possibly hide? Hadn't the first revelation been enough to shatter her world? She unfolded the note completely, her hands trembling. At the bottom was a sketch, a simple drawing of a door. But it wasn't the front door, or the back door, or any door she recognized. This one was unique, with a beautifully carved willow tree etched into its surface. She had never seen this door in her life. Her father's message continued, his words a ghostly whisper from the past. "It's not in the blueprints. She had it built in secret. Whatever is behind it destroyed us." Mara swallowed hard, the air thick and heavy, behind the door. Behind the lies. What had her mother hidden that was so terrible it could tear a family apart? The question hung in the air, a chilling premonition. She had to find it. The search began on the first floor. She checked every wall, every closet, every nook and cranny. Nothing. She moved to the second floor, her footsteps echoing on the old floorboards, each one a count towards a discovery she both craved and dreaded. She ran her hands along the walls of her old bedroom, the attic, her parents' room. Still nothing. Only one place was left, the basement. A place she had avoided since childhood, a place that held a primal fear for her. It always felt colder than the rest of the house, as if the darkness itself lived and breathed down there. But she couldn't turn back now. Forcing herself to be brave, she took a deep breath, grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen drawer, and headed for the basement stairs. The air grew colder with each step down, the smell of damp wood and old earth filling her lungs. Cobwebs like ghostly fingers clung to her coat as she stepped onto the concrete floor. Her flashlight beam cut a sharp, nervous path through the gloom, sweeping across the forgotten relics of her family's life. Old shelves laden with dusty jars. Broken furniture shrouded in white sheets, looking like hunched figures in the dark. Walls of cracked and peeling paint. It was a graveyard of memories. She moved deeper into the oppressive darkness, her light dancing over the stone foundation, and then her breath caught. There it was. Hidden behind a tall, dusty cabinet crammed into a corner, a wooden door. A door carved with a delicate willow tree, its branches swaying in an invisible breeze. The exact door from her father's sketch. Her pulse quickened, a wild, frantic rhythm in her ears. With a surge of adrenaline, she pushed against the heavy cabinet. It groaned in protest, scraping loudly against the concrete, the sound unnaturally loud in the dead quiet. With one final desperate shove, she moved it aside, revealing the door in its entirety. It seemed almost alive, ancient and knowing. A cold draft seeped from the cracks around its frame, a chilling exhale from whatever lay beyond. She reached for the tarnished brass handle. It didn't budge. Locked. Of course, it was locked. Her mother wouldn't have made it easy. She stepped back, her mind racing. Her father had hidden the clue, the note, in the music box. The box was the key to starting this. What if it held the literal key as well? Her gaze fell to the silver box clutched in her hand. She turned it over and over, her fingers frantically searching for another secret. The underside. There was a small circular imprint in the velvet lining, a space where something was clearly missing. Running her thumb along the bottom edge of the box, she felt it. A tiny, almost imperceptible latch. She pressed it. A small, ornate silver key, tarnished with age, dropped silently into her palm. Her breath caught in her throat. The music box, the note, the door, the key. It was all a perfectly orchestrated puzzle. A breadcrumb trail left for her to follow. But who was the architect? Her father trying to reveal the truth? Or her mother leading her into a final devastating trap? Hands trembling so badly she could barely hold the key steady, she approached the hidden door. She inserted the key into the lock. It slid in perfectly. A soft metallic click echoed in the silent basement as the lock turned. The door creaked open, revealing not a room, but a wall of absolute, impenetrable darkness. A darkness that felt like it was breathing. A darkness that felt like it was waiting. Thank you for watching. If you're captivated by Mara's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to find out what lies behind the door in the next chapter of The Ashes of Willow Lane.